is Lucia. I'm from Cebu and Mindanao, specifically in Oroquieta City. My mom's name is Judy and my dad's name is Bobby. Okay, occupation is I work as a representative for technical support, so help desk. Immigration status, I'm a permanent resident under the Quebec Skilled Worker Program because I used to be a nurse. Well, not really a nurse. I just finished nursing, but I don't really have the actual practice. But anyhow, that's how it got me here. I expect it to be cold, that's for sure. um, I remember the time when I applied, like I had a choice between Australia and Canada, but I chose Canada because, well, initially I wanted Australia because it's closer to the Philippines, so I can come home anytime I want. Canada because I want to explore and go to a different continent, maybe, you know. And then when I first got here, I landed in Vancouver. It was a mistake. I just booked the flight by mistake. It was supposed to be a round trip ticket too, because at the time I just planned to have like a, what you call a soft landing, because I have a couple of work left in Singapore. But then I decided to stay, and it was so funny because I only had a backpack and a small travel luggage with me. But I didn't decide to take that flight back to Singapore. I just decided to stay right away. So, and then I came to Montreal, and I was so amazed when I came here. I don't know how to explain it, but I love the place. I love the culture. It definitely didn't make me feel at home, but it's something that I really wanted to explore, you know, like. And after that, I went to Toronto actually to be with my uncle and his family. And I didn't like it there. I mean, I love my family, but the city is so. Because in the Philippines, I'm from the province, probinsya na ako eh. So I like it here because it's more laid back. It's more like balance. Yeah.
Compared to Toronto?
Yeah. Toronto is like Manila, like New York, like, you know. I'm from Cebu and Mindanao. But maybe it's just me, but that's how I feel anyways when I was there. Yeah. It's a concrete jungle, and it would be nice to live there for, you know, for career. Like my family won't understand like why you don't even speak French. But I love to learn the language. And looking back when when I was studying with my first degree, we had a foreign language class, and for some reason all my other classmates were taking Japanese and other languages, but I took up French first. I didn't even know that I'd be coming here in the first place. It's kind of like a cross between what I really want to do in the future, because being with IBM right now, it helps. I like it because I really want to get into nursing informatics. Like for me, I think IT is the way to go. I need to learn this language because it monetizes. You know, being is like speaking in French is your gateway to whatever work. Speaking codes, or like at least have an idea of what it's about. For me, specifically in the healthcare, because it's not yet like transformed in an IT setting. Like they need people who are able to interpret data. Everything right now is being transformed into this. You need to use a specific system so they can interpret the data, and they need you to interpret it for the decision makers, because ultimately, well, bottom line is it would be more profit for them, you know. No. But I'm looking into like what I said, apply for the citizenship after, I think it's about 1 more year and a half maybe. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that passport with unlimited visa. Well, at least you don't have to apply for a visa when you go to other, you know, countries. There's something about traveling that really opens your mind. Yes. Um, it's important, especially I actually make it a mindset to never forget where I'm coming from, what my mission is, or what my purpose is being here. Not to be content that because I'm in Canada, that's it. You know? Like for me, I think there's a purpose behind it. Why am I here? Or like, and it's not just to post some photos on Facebook, but it's more of like paving the way for new generation. Like me, I feel it because even if I don't have kids, I have nephews and nieces, and they all look me up on Facebook. So ever since they started creating their account, I'm more careful with my language, the tone that I'm speaking, and the message that I'm sending out. Kung hindi mo, kung hindi ka lumingon sa pinanggalingan, hindi ka makakarating sa paroroonan. Like, okay, maybe I'm saying it wrong, but like, what it means is that if you don't look back to your roots or your history, you won't be able to get to your destination. So I think it matters because sometimes, like when you're a new place, sometimes like I even feel it within me. Sometimes, like when I feel so overwhelmed, like there's too many new things happening around me. You need to keep yourself grounded and know where you're coming from, and that's why we have families. When I screw up, I want to reach out to a family member just to remind me of who I was or what kind of values I held back then. You know, it really helps. But being the youngest, I was the baby in the family, so it was like some kind of another security blanket. You know, it's weird because when my mom passed, I didn't feel it, but when my dad passed, I felt like um, I became an orphan. But I wasn't that young anymore. I was like 36. But when things get tough, though, nowadays, I always hear whatever lessons they taught me when I was young. I'm not too sure about this one though, because I just named some famous people, but they're like personally for me, Manny Pacquiao is like he's my hero, Filipino hero, aside from Jose Rizal, which was taught way back then. Why? Because I remember him while I was taking up my nursing board exams. Every every punch that he takes in, it makes him even, like mad or stronger and be able to fight back with all his force. That's how I envisioned myself as when I was like, I feel like the the heavy weight of the exams is like really pouncing, hard on me. Like I don't even know how to answer this. But then I realized that you have to come out strong. And why him? It's because you see this guy and you see his roots, and he comes from a very humble family and very hard, like poverty. But because of that background, it made him like it fueled his drive to strive for more. And even until now, he would be somebody who would say that he reached his pinnacle of success, but he doesn't stop from there. He keeps on giving back, and it's a mixture of different things. Like ultimately, it's your purpose, because otherwise, if it's just for the money or for the fame, you would stop from there. Because of his background, that he come from a poor family, he could relate to a lot of other Filipinos, and I could relate as well. And I feel it. I feel the poverty. And I want other people's lives to be better, because I think we deserve better. Filipinos in general, they're very kind. They're very compassionate. They're loving, and I think it's because of our faith or whatever. But I really think that we really have good values. Yeah. I participated to one event last summer. I forgot what it's called. It's something like Nayong Filipino or Filipino Festival. And I enjoyed actually. I to see a lot of Filipinos around, and because I live in the east side, when I go over here to the west, I'm like, whoa, Filipino. But and they're like normal, like they don't even say hi or like, and that's why I'm considering living back here because I'm like, I miss my tribe, sometimes. But yeah, I went to that event and I saw some people that were like playing volleyball, and they played some music, and I think we need to have more on the younger people to participate more and, you know, upgrade the whole thing. Have some new blood running. It kind of remind me of a high school reunion that I have to attend every 2 years. And then this high school reunion is the same school with my mom, so I see her friends around, and like everyone's there. So you want to have fun, but you need to be within the limits, and and it's funny. But anyway, yeah, I mean, it kind of needs an upgrade. So I think yes, that's a very um, big thing, or number one thing that I really like about being Filipino is family values and family ties. Like even how old you are, or no matter where you are, you can't escape the love of your family. And somehow, for some weird reason, even if my parents are gone, like I still respect the eldest of the family to be the voice of my parents. And therefore, no matter how old you are, you need to keep yourself in check. If it's in according to how you were brought up with the values that come along with it. I think it's important in a way. You may change, but not really totally different that you feel like you're going out of bounds. One of the things that I don't like is corruption, and I think I touched on politics in my response. I don't mean to be political, but because I've seen changes and I felt it too. And I'm just happy. I think that we're facing better times ahead, hopefully. Because we have somebody who really cares for the people, and he's doing things, even internationally. It doesn't make him look like a good person at all. I don't understand politics that much, but I've seen changes when it happens. And like what I said, I was raised and I grew up in the Philippines, so yeah. Politics before was like a circus. When you watch, it's quite frustrating sometimes. That's why there's what we call a brain drain in our country. People who have better means to go get ahead in life, they better off start somewhere else, because there's not enough opportunity for everybody, and that's why people are leaving. Seeking greener pastures, and I would say that would be my main reason, aside from wanting to be with my then girlfriend. But of course, it's always about opportunity and having to live a better life. Yeah. I haven't even started editing stuff yet. Yeah, but I thought it would be fun though. It would be nice to. Actually, I've had this on my plate for quite some time now. I even have a name, but I never started it. I'm just I don't know. I just chicken out every time. I don't know how to or where to start.
A name.
Blogging my experience. And I already have the like channel name. It's called the Sudden Immigrant, because like I told you, like it was not a plan for me to stay.
Do you take footage? I know you haven't started really on like creating.
I tried to, but I get icky every time. Like no way. So no, you know what I did now to be able to get myself out there. I enrolled in improv. And I think it really helped me kind of like go for things. Not just for a project, but just improv taught me to be present in the moment. Because it's like no script. So whatever is being handed to you, you need to be there. You need to listen. You need to be there. And it taught me that anything is it's a creative outlet, so I feel free to express myself more. So it's just basically just putting myself out there, and yeah, it's helped me in a way, I guess. Take more risks. I always have a thing with acting way back then.
Okay.
Yeah. It's funny because it's a big thing in the Philippines, like when you audition for like Star Circle or Big Brother. And I thought I was over that stage, but I guess I realized that, and that's one thing I love about being in Montreal, is that, in the Philippines, being an artist is like it's like a status symbol. It's it's a luxury because everybody's working hard for the money, for practicality. Art is for the rich people. But I just somehow realized that no, that's why I refuse to grow up because this part is important for me. And this comes from my mom's side. My mom is like very artistic, that we don't have any kind of structure at all. No, even fixed time for dinner. So yeah, so I thought of embracing this side of me because it makes me feel more who I am, even if they tell me like, you're too old to do stuff like this, but I'm happy doing it. So yeah.